Hey everyone, I come on here because I want to discuss our free 10-step e-guide on how to date effectively. We have been having so many different discussions and they have truly been a blessing to me. I pray it has been a blessing to you. Tonight, we're going to talk about the visible creation of healthy relationships, where you don't even have to say a word, but it's visibly shown that they have healthy, functional relationships amongst them, and it will help us to determine if they have a firm foundation with other people. Because the reality of it is, when you're looking to connect with people, they should at least have 2 to 3 examples of healthy, functioning relationships. I am super excited. I did receive some feedback today regarding the free 10-step e-guide, and it actually has been very, very helpful. I do want to read it to you guys quickly tonight. So it says, "Hi Millie, that ebook was really great. I finished it all today. It really inspired me to think deeper within myself, and I realized there is a lot of internal work I have to do within myself before I can even get back out there. Also, not just dating someone for parents, but all the questions that were mentioned matters. Choosing who to marry is the most important decision we can make." So that was very encouraging. I've received numerous feedback. It has been a blessing to me as I've created it, and it can be a blessing to you free of charge. If you are interested in getting our free 10-step e-guide on how to date effectively, it is currently available on our website at www.ourfaithconnects.com. I do just want to take a moment, as I always do, to thank everyone who has had an opportunity to review our free e-guide on how to date effectively. We do hope and pray it has brought insight on the importance of dating effectively when fulfilling godly purpose. Visible creation of healthy relationships. We previously discussed timing and shared 8 ways to identify the timing to date and if they were sent from God. We share the importance of having a firm foundation, and visible creation of healthy relationships and boundaries was one identifier. The creation of healthy relationships are visibly seen and observed without hesitation or confusion of status. Again, without even being able to speak on it, you can just observe. Do they have healthy relationships around them? Are the friendships healthy? Most people have friends of the opposite gender, while some think women and men cannot be friends without questioning or believing they have a like for each other. I've experienced it. I've seen it where people instantly believe that there may be a like for the opposite gender friendship because of how close they are. This may have been instilled by past traumas and their experiences with unhealthy relationships. It becomes an automatic red flag when a person has a best friend of the opposite gender and can instantly cause intimidation of the friend and a strong dislike. Some fear their friend will try to take their position and bring distance into the relationship. So I have seen multiple times where a male can have a female best friend and their significant other automatically does not like the female best friend and wants to cut the friendship because of their fears of taking their position. I can't count how many times people have found close friendships of the opposite gender to be a problem. It is my belief men and women can have platonic friendships that bring a healthy balance of perspectives in life. I believe it's healthy to have friends of the opposite gender. Of course, with visible, healthy relationship being visible, it is okay to have friends of the opposite gender as long as there's boundaries set, is a clear distinction and understanding of the roles they play, and they have appropriate conversations. I believe that men think differently than women, and it gives a great balance because everyone endures life and sees life in a different lens. And it would be a great balance, especially when you're looking to speak to someone about a certain problem or just wanting support and just wanting to just connect with people. It is healthy to have male and female friends. As long as there's a visible creation of a healthy relationship, there is no issue. This also goes for healthy functioning family relationships as well. So tonight, which I'm super excited to talk about, we will discuss what it looks like to create healthy relationships where the fruits of the relationships are clear and visibly seen. Especially if you are interested in going out into the dating world, you want to see examples of the person that you're looking to date have healthy relationships that are visibly seen without confusion or hesitation. So we're going to talk about what that actually will look like. Number one, clear distinction of roles. There is clear insight on the roles the friendships play in their life. They're able to explain the role of their friendship, the intimacy level, and duration of the friendship as well. The truth is, there are some quote unquote friends that will attempt to get close when there is vulnerability, openness, or just a seen opportunity to be the vessel chosen for a deeper connection on the strength of always being there because they've always been there. So there are some people who prey on their friends in hopes that they may see them in a romantic way by their longevity of their friendship and always being there, they hopes to be the one they choose. So you also have to be mindful of friendships that may come with other motives outside of just being a solid friend. Here are some expectations when you are connecting with people and what you would like to ensure that is not happening. So their friends should have never been a placement holder until they found the right one. There are some men that are okay with allowing their friend to be the placement holder until they find the one for them. They have friends with benefits. It's like, are they your friend or are you dating them? They have never allowed their friend to cater to their needs. Now, there's a difference to do for someone out of the kindness of their heart, but their friends should not be catering to their needs. So when you are observing the creation of healthy relationships, the person that you are dating or you're looking to date, which should be able to explain the roles of the friendships that they're in, the intimacy level, how far they've ever gotten, if any, and the duration of the friendship as well. Next, appropriate dialogue. Conversations with friends should not be romantic or flirty. Respectable times of conversation as well. Mindfulness of frequent late night calls. When in a relationship, this shows a respect for the unity they have either with you or plan to have with someone. You want to be mindful of someone who's always speaking on the phone with their friends late at night, booty call hours, right? Especially if they're preparing themselves to be a wife or preparing themselves to be a husband, the late night calls shouldn't be as frequent when they're in a relationship or they're looking or planning to be with someone because it can eventually become an issue. I see no problem with having conversation, but at least allow the times to be respectable times in the day. Now, if that's not an issue for you, then it's not an issue for you, but I do believe creating healthy boundary lines and expectations, and that is one I believe will be helpful. Next, trustworthiness. They can be trusted alone or not in your presence. They are honest and open about the people in their life without hiding friendships or downplaying prior interests. There are some people that won't even tell you that they used to like their friend or their friend used to like them, or they downplay an interest that they had before. Oh, no, I didn't really like them like that, but they did. So it's better for someone to say their friend used to like them opposed to having to learn from another source, because then it can bring trust issues. You could have told the person from the very beginning that this person was interested in you in a deeper level, opposed to them having to find out another way. So trustworthiness, they're not hiding their friendships, they're not hiding their connections, they're very open with you about who they connect with, and they can be trusted, whether alone or not in your presence. Expressiveness, they're open with their mistakes and experiences in life without attempts to hide part of them to gain interest or liking. There are some people that won't reveal parts of them because they want you to like them. They want to gain your interest. So they're not going to tell you. So you want to know, okay, tell me about your life. What have you been through? Tell me about some of your life lessons. What have you learned? How have you matured? What areas have you grown in? So they're very open about their mistakes and the things that they've done and how they've grown from it. And they're also not afraid to share with others what you mean to them with no desire to keep you a secret. We did do a previous video regarding affection and how people can vocalize their romantic interest in you, whether it be in secret, whether it be kept in private, which is a difference, and whether it be allowed. So someone who is willing to be open with others about their interest in you, not keeping you a secret, not saying that they got to tell them everything about you, but you exist. So they're not afraid to be open about their interest or desire to be with you, but they're also wise enough to use discretion and monitor how much they share with people so that they are not oversharing. If you have not had an opportunity to listen to our prior video, Vocal Romanticism, I do highly recommend going to watch that. It's currently available on YouTube as well on Instagram. Next, healthy communication styles, the way they converse with others in a non-toxic manner. We did a video on this as well. We talked about healthy communication and unhealthy communication, verbal and nonverbal communication styles. So you'll be able to observe the way they communicate with others. Is it healthy? Is it unhealthy? Are they verbal or are they nonverbal? You'll be able to determine if they have been able to visibly create healthy relationships amongst their people based on the way that they communicate with them. Next, clear boundaries. They are comfortable with discussing what they deem to be unacceptable without leaving gray areas. Now, there are some people that will leave gray areas and allowing people to question, like, what if, or just try. When it comes to boundaries, they are precise, they are clear, and they are visible and known. There's no gray area. There's no playing the fence. They have set healthy boundaries and expectations. So no flirty or being touchy, no disrespecting loved ones, no frequent late night calls, no yelling or disruptive behavior towards loved ones, no derogatory language against loved ones. They're like, you're not going to disrespect them. You're not going to talk bad about them. You're not going to gossip about them. They're making it known they're setting the boundaries. I care about this person a lot. And what I will not allow you to do is to ruin or jeopardize a relationship or connection that I can see with this person. So they're setting the boundaries. Even in family relationships, not allowing them to intervene in relationship problems or speak negatively about their partner or how they speak to them. And we have to be mindful of how much we share with our loved ones, especially if you guys may be going through a rocky time, because family has a way of thinking they can just interject and talk about a relationship they don't know anything about, or just have one side of the issue. So creating healthy relationships is setting boundaries where you're not allowing people to feed toxicity or negativity in the relationship. Like, you're not going to talk about them like that. Now, I did add a quote here. I love my relationship and I would never do anything intentionally to hurt, shame, or jeopardize it for someone or anyone. I love this person. I love my relationship and I will never do anything intentionally to hurt, shame, or jeopardize it for anyone. And if someone truly believes this and truly acts on this, they set boundaries. They're not going to allow people to talk bad about them. They're not going to allow people just to mistreat them. They're not going to speak negatively about the person that they're with. Even when they're having a bad day or they may not be on the best of terms, they are very mindful of how they present this person to people. Someone who has a strong presence, people will know by experience with them what they will accept and what not even to try. Especially when someone is very boisterous about where they stand and their expectations and the way that they express themselves and what they will not entertain, they automatically set a standard with all relationships without even having to say it. They already know, like, I'm not going to mess with them like that. They, from the jump, they're like, They already know what is deemed appropriate and what is not based on how they present themselves to them. So these are ways that people can visibly show healthy relationships where you're not even having to say anything, but by their actions. Visible creation of healthy relationship take work, and it's not always an overnight process, especially when others have been allowed to act a certain way or behave a certain way because they're your loved ones, they've been handling things in such a way that you no longer agree with. So it may take longer because you are setting the tone. You're like, I know it used to work. I know that I used to accept that, but not anymore. And that may take time because they're not accustomed to you putting your foot down. It takes a stern level of seriousness and consistency of what is being incorporated. So you're going to have to incorporate those conversations repeatedly, those behaviors, those actions that direct towards healthy. And that brings us to the last one, incorporation. Constantly incorporating conversations, actions, and behaviors that correlate with having healthy relationships. The discussions they have moving forward, the types of environments they place themselves in, and who they are deciding to befriend. So when people are looking to incorporate or to create healthy relationships, they have to constantly speak, act, and behave in a way that aligns to healthy. Are they incorporating healthy conversations, appropriate dialogue, setting boundaries, being very expressive, not hiding parts of them to gain interest or liking? They are very open about who they are. I do have a question for you. So when dating, is there anything you believe is in the way or can jeopardize the relationship you would like to build? Think about it. Ponder on that question because I want you guys to really process this. If you believe that there is things that are in the way or that can jeopardize a future relationship or one that you are trying to build, write them down and take it before the Lord. Why? Because it says in Mark 10, verse 9, therefore, what God has joined together, let no one separate. Amen. So if there's anything that can bring separation or can affect what God is trying to bring together, we need to reevaluate those things. What is it and why is that? Whom God placed together, let no man separate. If someone is incorporating all of these things that we're talking about tonight, it should show visibly in the way that they're connecting with others. So without you even having to say a word, it shows. You'll be able to see whether they have created healthy boundaries and relationships with others. There should be at least 2 to 3 healthy relationships within their circle. At least, I mean, of course, we will all want more, but it should be at least where there's no confusion. It's clear, it's functional, it's platonic. And the reason why you want to observe and see if they have healthy relationships, because based on how healthy the relationships are with the people they know the longest, will give you a awareness whether there will be a healthy relationship with you. Because I know you want healthy, you don't want toxic or dysfunction. Let us ensure that they have visible creation of healthy relationship with others by your observation, how they talk to their friends, how they express themselves, what they incorporate, the boundaries that they have set, clear distinction of roles, who is who, what is what, right? As well as for yourself. So when the time comes, you have already prepared your foundation for unity and do not have to scramble or hassle to remove or create order in your life because you found interest. There's some people who think that they're going to create order in their life because they found interest. The order should have been happened. You don't invite people in your mess. You clean it up first, and then you welcome people in. You do the work, you create order, you create boundaries, you remove whom does not need to be there before you are approached. Before people approach you, you want to make sure that you're doing the work because no one deserves half of you. And the visibility of healthy relationships will show whether someone is emotionally available for you and if they can potentially and successfully court and love you the way that you deserve. When someone is emotionally absent, the warmth embrace can feel empty and it can create voids. It can create those feelings of not being heard, not being understood, rejected, or neglected, right? Because they were not emotionally available. So when we're connecting with people, we're seeing the healthy relationships they have to others. You'll be able to determine if they're even emotionally available for you. Do they create healthy relationships? Do they have visible creation of healthy relationships? Can you see that they're healthy? Or are there dysfunction and toxicity? Are they always arguing, bringing each other down? They're not supportive of one another. There's motives and hidden agendas. Do you see healthy? I pray that this discussion has been encouraging to you as it has been encouraging to me. I do recommend, again, going to our website at www.ourfaithconnects.com